Hi, and welcome to Calculus 3. I hope you enjoy this class. I think it's a fun class. I think Calculus 3 is a fun topic. I like how it connects math to more of physics. It helps you to understand a little bit more about how math can be used to analyze things like forces acting on three-dimensional objects, electromagnetism, hydrodynamics. So it's a fun class. I have to tell you that it's going to be an intense class taking it in the summer. It's always challenging and fun, but in the summer it is particularly, of course, condensed and intense. We're basically using 5 weeks for a 15-week course. It would normally be 15 weeks in a traditional semester. So what it roughly boils down to is most students need to spend about 30 to 40 hours per week working on this class to be able to do well in the class. Some people can get away with less. Some people have no choice but to try to, barely pass with less. But that's what you really need to do to be able to do well. Second thing that I wanted to tell you about is this class is mostly self-paced, but there are 3 really important dates in the class. So the first important date is June 5th. This is the 4th day of class for us. It's the Thursday of our first week. This is the official day of record, and I need you guys to have completed your practice quiz by Thursday, June 5th. If you don't do your practice quiz within those first 4 days of class, then you're just going to be automatically dropped from the class. So make sure you get in there, figure out how to do that. Highly recommend doing it today, if possible. The second important date is June 23rd. This is a little bit past the midpoint of the semester. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this in a minute, but you'll be able to take multiple attempts at any of the quizzes or the midterm exam, but I'm cutting that off for basically the first half of the class on June 23rd. So there will be 7 quizzes total. And 1 midterm, and then a final exam. The first 4 quizzes and the midterm will be during the first half of the class. And all of your attempts at those first 4 quizzes and your midterm exam will have to come on or before June 23rd. So June 23rd is the last day you can possibly attempt any of those. And then our very last day of class, the last day that you can do any of quizzes 5 through 7, or the final exam, is July 8th, Tuesday, July 8th. You're more than welcome to get ahead on the class and finish early. You can even let yourself get a little bit behind, but I definitely don't recommend letting yourself get too far behind in here. It can be tough to catch up. The most challenging thing, I think, and the most frustrating thing about taking this class online is that I'm going to force you to follow some very specific instructions for quizzes and exams. And I'm just going to shoot straight. This is because there's a huge problem with cheating, and this is a big societal problem. If we let people go through cheating and people hire them and they don't know what they're supposed to know, then the degree becomes worthless. So I'm going to force you to go through some steps. I'm going to hold firm to that. The reason I have a practice quiz at the beginning is to help you get accustomed to what I'm requiring of you, and I'm not going to let you ignore those. So if you know yourself and you know you're bad at following instructions, you don't like to read, stuff like that, it might be frustrating for you. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm not picking on you individually. It's just that if I'm not in class with you, I can't watch you. There are a lot of different ways that people can cheat online, and I just have to make sure that you're not doing those things. So I will put up instructions for how to. I'll put up instructions for quizzes and exams that you can read through before you take any quizzes and exams. I'll also have those instructions on each quiz and exam, and I'll also make a video just trying to walk through that and help you understand what I mean by each instruction. So please do me a favor and take those seriously so that we don't have to waste time going back and forth about it. Let's see. So if you do want to retake any quizzes or exams, you can retake them as many times as you want to within the time frame of dates that I've given to you. But I'm only letting you do each quiz or exam once per day. So if you took the midterm exam today and you felt like you did bad on it, you want to try again on another version of the exam, you can do that, but you got to wait until tomorrow to do it. And when I go to grade your stuff, I'm going to try to keep up with grades as regularly as I can. It's going to be tough, but I think I can stay on top of it. If I go and see that you tried yesterday and you tried today, I'm only going to grade the latest one. So I will only grade today's. So it's not like you get to take the quiz or exam as many times as you want and then you get to just have the highest grade out of those. It's the most recent grade. I think that's all I need to tell you about retakes. Let's talk about grades for this class. There will be, I think, 5 main components of grades. First one is the practice quiz. That's worth 10% of your grade. Should be a very easy grade, but I want you to get it done. I want you to take it seriously. Second is homework. There will be 22 homework assignments. I'll drop your lowest 2. And altogether that homework will be worth 20% of your final grade. I am giving you guys solutions. So that also is a pretty easy grade. I don't want you to handicap yourself with the solutions, but I want you to have a good example of nicely written out solutions. So try your best to work through the homework on your own. Reach out to me or to a tutor or to videos online to try to figure out how to do each problem. But also feel free to go to those solutions at some point, not within the first 5 minutes of trying a problem, but at some point feel free to go there to check your work, to help you understand how that particular type of problem works. We will also have quizzes, so that's the third main component. We'll have 7 quizzes, as I've told you. I'm dropping your lowest 2. So the remaining 5 will make up 25% of your total grade. Then we'll have a midterm exam that's worth 20% of your grade, and a final exam that's worth 25% of your grade. If your final exam score happens to be better percentage-wise than your midterm exam score, then I will let your final exam replace your midterm exam. Same thing with the homework. If your final exam score happens to be higher than your homework average, then I will replace your homework average with your final exam percentage. I think that's everything I need to tell you about the grade. If you have questions, feel free to email me or send me a quick video and we can talk about that. The way I have the class set up is really based on those 7 quizzes. I've got 7 units. I'm going to lay them out in D2L, our learning management system. I'm going to start at the top with Unit 0 for the practice quiz, and and then just lay out what you need to do for each unit after that. I'll include the midterm exam with Unit 4 and the final exam probably with Unit 7, or maybe I'll make a special unit at the end for the final exam. I think it'll be really easy to find everything you need in the class. I think the structure will be very predictable. The main thing is going to be for you to consistently put in the work that you need to put in, and not try to over cram your schedule with other things, because you still have to sleep. In order to think well, in order to learn well, you have to get proper sleep. You need to eat okay. So have fun, but don't kill yourself trying to do a whole bunch of things this summer. And I already mentioned it, but reach out to me anytime you need to for help with homework or anything else with the class. Try to stay in touch with me. I will post a link where you can access tutors online as well that are connected to Lone Star College. I will do my best to communicate clearly and often with you guys. That will be in D2L through announcements. I'll use Discord as well. I think I'll use that instead of the Remind app. So please stay connected with me. Feel free to connect with other people in the class as much as you want. It can always be good to have some social stimulation to help you study. I hope you enjoy the class.